Chinese cultivation anime, called Donghua, now commands billions of views, but it started with millions of words written in lonely rooms. Before the high-budget shows we binge today, there was a grassroots movement that reshaped global pop culture. It wasn't just built on money, it was built on grit. High-budget shows like Soul Land rest on a foundation built by modernizing ancient philosophy. Cultivation anime finds its roots in Xia, a 2,000-year-old moral code of chivalry. Authors like Yong took these traditional stories about the Wuxia, the wandering heroes who protect the weak, and polished them into the new school of Wuxia. Selling over 300 million copies, Yong proved that integrating history with martial arts could create a massive hit. Digital platforms allowed these stories to evolve further. Wuxia stays grounded in history, while Xianxia translates to immortal heroes and brings in magic and the quest for immortality. Xuanhuan is the mysterious fantasy category where authors mix in Western or sci-fi elements. The result was a cultivation system where characters climb through specific power stages like Qi gathering, foundation establishment, and the golden core. Because this mirrors how we level up in games, it works perfectly for long-running animation. The spark that started this fire was the Qidian Revolution in 2003, where fans paid just 2 or 3 cents per chapter to support their favorite creators. This created a massive incentive for authors to produce work at a breakneck pace, with many churning out 4,000 words every single day just to stay visible. Think about this for a second. We cheer when characters finally break through a bottleneck after years of training. But have you ever thought about the man behind the screen? Imagine an author in month 70 of an 86-month streak. It's 3 a.m. The only light in his room comes from a flickering candle and the soft glow of his monitor. His kids are asleep. His wrist is burning with pain, and the cursor is just blinking. He isn't writing about gods anymore. He's just trying to find the strength to type one more sentence so he can provide for his family. That's the real cultivation. It's the quiet choice to not quit when nobody is watching. When you're at your job and you feel invisible, or when you're working on a craft and you feel like a failure, you are in your mortal realm. These authors shared their own survival through their stories. Next time you see a hero stand up, remember, someone had to find the strength to write that moment while they were struggling to stand up themselves. You're a fellow cultivator in the middle of your own story. Specific creators became the architects of this world. Tangjia Sanshao wrote Soul Land and maintained a record-breaking streak of 86 months. I Eat Tomatoes, a former math major, wrote the legendary gateway novel Coiling Dragon and established the rigid power tiers that became the industry standard. International growth began with the fans through platforms like wuxiaworld.com, familiarizing us with terms like dantian and tribulation. China pursued 3D animation so they could reuse digital models for series that span hundreds of episodes. By 2025, 3D animation dominated the market on platforms like Bilibili, with Nezha 2 breaking records as the highest-grossing animated film in history. But this efficiency came with a price. In 2020, thousands of authors joined the May 5th Blackout to protest contracts that claimed rights to their work for 50 years after their death. Even with strict regulators, the industry kept moving toward globalization, using Unreal Engine 5 to build content for global audiences on platforms like Netflix and Crunchyroll. The story of cultivation anime is a transition from a forum post to a global media empire. China built a landscape defined by industrial efficiency and the quest for immortality. But remember, brother, the immortality isn't in the magic, it's in the grit it takes to finish the journey.